This that A1 Perico flow, you know? It's that kind of flow that could change your life. Yo, the kid is back. Word to my fitted cap. Shorty bad, beauty plus brains.
Yeah, that's you. I recognize your voice.
Yeah, it's
I
me.
knew that was you. I was like, wait, I know that man. I listen to him all the time. That's you.
Yeah, my name 80s Brooklyn 80s baby.
That's what I thought. I had to get that off. I was like, I know that. I know that voice.
Yeah, what's going on? It's your boy Brooklyn. Back with another good episode, which for you guys today. Today we're gonna be talking about the Atlanta Dream versus the Mystics, and we on a 4-game losing streak, unfortunately. But before we get into all that, let me say shout out to all my subscribers. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel, like the channel, hype the channel, holla at me in the comments. You already know. You holla at me, I'ma holla back, and all of the things. So yeah, it was a good game. It was a good game to start out with, especially after the break. First quarter, we looked spirited. I like what I saw the first quarter. Izzy Borlise got some early minutes, had some turnovers. Medina Okot had some early minutes, played pretty good. Didn't really see her much in the second half. Maybe that's something that we could hold over the coach. Maybe she should have had some more minutes in the second half. But yeah, man, this was an up and down game. We actually played really good in the second quarter, held them to 9 points in the second quarter. But ultimately, we couldn't generate enough offense, generate enough tempo, generate enough points to win us this game. I feel like Atlanta played to their strength, which is their size. They're a big team. They played to their strength over us. We're a smaller team. There was some missed calls in this game as usual. We already know the refs is going to ref. What else is new? I think Jordan Canada played well for most of the game. Alicia Gray and Ryan Howard need to step up as leaders, right? They're supposed to be the leaders. Angel Reese did what she was supposed to do, 13. Well, I don't know if she finished with 13 or 13. She might have got an extra rebound or bucket, but had her double-double. But yeah, man, all in all, good game, but just couldn't finish it out or pull it out in the end. Shout out to Red and Milky Way. Red and Milky Way says, "Hey, Brooklyn in chat. Welcome. Everybody hit that like button on the entry and make sure you let everybody know we live. We're going to be talking about the game. If anybody want to come up and share their thoughts, I'll drop the link and we could discuss the game. But yeah, I'm gonna go off y'all thoughts too as well. So Who Rager says, so you still think he's a good coach? I do think he's a good coach. What I don't understand. I think Pat Riley is a good coach and he lost games before. I think Phil Jackson is a good coach. He lost games before. I think Greg Pack. So just because you lose a game don't determine whether you're a good or bad coach. So yeah, I do think he's a good coach. I don't think we lost this game based off coaching. Now, again, could he have made different decisions as far as playing Okot a little bit more? That's a game we need. Yeah. So it's like he could make mistakes, but that doesn't make him a bad coach. You get what I'm saying? Like, no game is perfect. So just because that's just like saying, I don't know if you were a fan of like Kobe or LeBron or Jordan or whoever, right? That's just like saying because they had a bad game or they in a shooting slump or whatever that they bad, or you still think they're a good player. Like, yeah, I think he's a good coach. I still think this is a good team. I still think he's a good coach, right? And I still think these are good players. Now we're losing, so we got to figure out why we're losing. I'm not going to give them an excuse of fatigue, right? I gave them an excuse of fatigue on the West Coast. They had a Commissioner's Cup. They had a few games off, so fatigue ain't the issue. This was, I don't even know, because like I said, we came out spirited in the first. This was a lack of, and I would have to look at the stats, look at the end of the game stat sheet, but this was just a lack of execution from our quote unquote best players. Like I said, Angel Reese came out and did her job, so you can't really blame her too much. She did what she was supposed to do. She did what she does. Ryan Howard and Alicia Gray got to step up. I think Jordan Canada played well. But Ryan Howard and Alicia Gray got to step up, in my opinion. In fact, if I could take a look at the stats really quick, just so I could see for myself. All right, that gave me a better idea looking at that. Our bench ain't do anything. We didn't get we didn't get much production from our bench. We didn't get anything from Sika Kone, and she started. So that's a difference right there. You know, we needed at least something from Sika Kone. So it is what it is. It is what it is. Too many threes. Let me see if I agree with you. Let me take a look. Let's take a look. So too many threes. Three. So I wouldn't say it's too many threes. I would say it's too many missed threes. Real Money says they showed why they're not starting. You talking? I don't understand. When you talking about the bench coming in, I don't understand why you said they showed why they're not starting. Sika Kone. Gatro. I don't even know how to pronounce your name. I'm gonna just call you Gat. Gat says he is a bad coach. He has no leadership. When you have a coach that's not respected by the officials and his stars play, I think you're trying to say star players getting beat up with no calls. He's bad at making good rotational decisions. Okay, that's your opinion. Okay. Vance says facts. Mo3 says Brooklyn. What are you talking about? They shot like 33s, bro. What's enough threes for y'all? That's too. If 33s is too much, this is a 3-point shooting league. So I don't really. I feel like everybody shoot threes. So yes, they shot more than the Mystics. The Mystics only shot 16 threes, but the Mystics are more. They played more inside. Like I said, they was using a size over, because they a bigger team. But I feel like they just missed the threes. I feel like it was too many missed threes. I don't feel like it was too many threes in my opinion. The Demon Nest says we can't make threes. Why are we forcing it? I agree with that to a certain extent. Some of the threes I understand. In transition, like I said, Jordan Canada, when she pushes, I could tell she don't look for the layup. She look for the three. She look for transition threes. So, you know, Alicia Gray missed all her threes today. Alicia Gray missed her threes. I didn't take a look at everybody because I don't have time to, because I'm on the panel by myself. So I didn't have time to take a look at all the stats. But Ryan Howard made a few threes today. We already know. I know Nas made one. I think she took like 2 or 3. We just didn't make our shots today, which is why we not in the 90s. Just my point is why we not in the 90s, 100s. You got to make threes to score like that. If you don't make threes, you're scoring in the 80s. As you can see, we got beat by a team, right, who shot less threes than us. Y'all said too many threes. This is the logic right here. Y'all said too many threes, but we scored in the 80s. That means one or two things got to happen if we in the playoffs or we in the finals, right? When you start to play the better teams, you got to hold those teams down to 80-point games. Now, how realistic is that? You know what I mean? Usually teams is going to score. Winning teams, a team that's winning is usually going to score 90, 95, 100 points. Guess how they get there? We just saw the Commissioner's Cup. Y'all said too many threes, right? We just saw the Commissioner's Cup. Did they not shoot threes in that game? You get what I'm saying? So it's like y'all pick and choose, which y'all okay with. And then sometimes y'all could show how much I really know basketball by saying like dumb shit like that. Give me 1 second though. Let me check something real quick. I don't even know if y'all can hear me. I bet. All right, I just took a look at the Commissioner's Cup game, and I don't know how y'all feel about the threes in that game, right? I thought that was a good game I watched the other day. And it was the Liberty, I believe, took 26 threes or 25, and the Aces took 25 or 26. One of them took 25, one of them took 26. So we got 5 more threes. The Dream took 5 more threes in that game. So that's my point. It's like it looks good when they going in. It don't look good when they not going in. Mo 3 says there's too many threes when you shoot in the 31. When you shoot it in 31 and only making set. I agree. That's why I said too many missed threes. They're gonna shoot threes. But they got to try to generate better threes. I do agree with that. Missing them, they missed their threes a day. It don't look good. They missed their threes a day. So I'm trying to make sure I don't skip nobody. What was that? Bomb. Brooklyn, they shot 33s. How many? Let me ask you this, Mo 3. Since you keep bringing up how many threes are you comfortable with per game? Period. Don't worry about makes and misses, because if you know anything about basketball, your shot percentage is your shot percentage. You're gonna make and miss different shots. You know, you're gonna shoot them. Sometimes they're gonna fall. They're not gonna fall. So don't worry about makes. Just worry about attempts. What's a number of attempts you comfortable with? Love me some me. What's good? Love me some me. She says, "Hey Brooklyn, glad I caught you. The calls made on Angel shows me I can't handle watching the games for a while. Coming off my Knicks championship, this is too much for me. Now I feel you. I said the same thing. But listen, you gotta watch the games. Let me say this for the people who joined this live. I appreciate, because these are different names. I appreciate you guys who joined this live. Just know in the future, we did it tonight. I did it for the first time tonight. We doing watch parties during the game. So I would love to have you guys also join my previous live during the game so we can talk and discuss and have fun, and it's gonna be more of a discussion during the game, and then after the game, which is now, we do the post game live and we kind of break it down more analytically. But in the future, just know I'll also be doing lives during the game. I'll do a watch party. So also show up for that if you have time, if you're not at work or whatever the case may be. If you got time to watch the game, let's watch them together. But I agree with you. It was a couple calls. I said this during the game, and this is how I feel about the fouls. It was a couple Angel bought on herself, right? The one where she hit her in the face, and then, a couple. Sometimes Angel get, I can't remember all of them, but sometimes Angel have some fouls that she don't need, that she does herself because she plays aggressive. Other times the refs are either not calling her fouls when she goes to the basket, and I gotta only assume because it don't make sense. I gotta only assume they feel like she's initiating the contact, and so she needs to talk to the refs and figure out what's initiating contact so she can stop doing that. Because there's times where she goes to the rim and they don't call a foul. And then she ends up shooting, she ends up missing a shot, and then it's hurting her shooting percentage because they not calling a foul. So I would say she probably should talk to the refs and try to figure out what are they looking at so she can kind of understand what she needs to do. And then on the other end, when she's on defense, like you said, it's a couple times where they call they either didn't call a foul on the offensive end or they could just call it for certain fouls. That's like, come on, you calling that on the defensive end. So I agree with you. I ain't mad at you for wanting to protect your peace, but show up to the watch parties. I appreciate it just so we can have basketball talk. And I'm with you. I'm happy for that Knicks championship too. I don't really care about Commissioner Cup championships, and I'm happy about the Knicks championship too. Real Money says, I ain't even gonna beat this team down. I'm just gonna say they are who we thought they were. Mo Money says, yeah, I think they took 31 threes and only made 7. Yeah, again, like I said, they didn't make their threes. They didn't make enough threes. It is what it is. They missed their shots. I don't have the stats in front of me because I'm mobile. I'm not on my computer where I could just look at everything and then really break it down for you guys. But they just missed their shots. It is what it is. But I don't feel like they took too many threes as part of their offense. They got to make their threes. They got to generate better shots. You got to make your threes. We can't make threes while we forcing it. I do agree we need to generate better shots, but I don't feel like it was forced threes, to be honest with you. I just feel like it was missed threes. Mo3 says, that's my point. It's too many because they not making them. That don't even make sense, bro. That, like, you go through slumps in basketball. That don't make sense. If they was falling, you wouldn't be complaining. So you got to live with it. The same thing that make you laugh, make you cry. So if you happy when they falling, you got to just live with it when they not falling. You got to be like, it is what it is. Now, to that point, as a basketball player, if your shot's not falling, you got to be smart and say, let me do something else. We say this every game with this team. So I do understand that part of it, but I don't think they shot too many threes. I just feel like they missed them. The Demon Nat says the perimeter defense, worry y'all. We are one of the worst teams when it comes to defending a 3-point line. I gotta look that up. I don't know how true that is. I gotta look that up. Who Raised You says this is the 4th game that they didn't make their shots. Yeah, we in a 4-game winning streak, and I mean winning streak. We on a 4-game losing streak, and our offense hasn't been ever since we beat Indiana, and then we beat Toronto. I forget what the final score was against Toronto, so that's why I'm not mentioning them. I gotta go see what the final score was against Toronto. But definitely since we beat Indiana, our offense, I don't know what happened. The funny thing is, the first time we played Indiana, when they beat us, that's the last game that our offense sucked. Like, our offense sucked against them. And we was having that same problem all season about starting slow and all of the things. After that game, we found our offense. We started clicking. Remember, we started to have games where all the starters was in double figures, which I knew would eventually be a problem because you can't sustain that. That's not real basketball. You usually need 3 people to be your top scorers, and then you could live with a 4th one sometimes. Every once in a while you get, 2, 4, 5 in double figures, but 3 with high scores or whatever the case may be. But it's not sustainable to like just have all 5 players in double figures and everybody playing well. And then on top of that, like I said, culprit in this game, but it's been our problem all season is our bench. You know what I mean? So I don't know. Maybe you need to just throw the bench in a fire and just be like, let's go. But our bench was part of the reason why we lost this game tonight. Mo3 says, nah, Brooklyn, you off on this one. The reason the domestic scored those low points because they 56 shots altogether, whereas Atlanta took 80 shots, 30 of which were threes, only made 7. I don't quite understand everything you were trying to say there. But okay, we disagree, Mo3. You don't believe in 3-point shooting, apparently, in basketball. I do. You know what I mean? I want my team to shoot threes. I do. You know, I'm not on that. I'm not in that 90s bandwagon of just take it to the basket every time and kick out. Like I'm not. Nah, yeah, shoot threes on my team. So I disagree with you, but I feel you. And right now, this shows you how I'm a man of my word though, because right now it's hard to be like, yo, why is he saying that? They losing. But if we was on a 4-game winning streak, like people would just be like, you get what I'm saying? But even in losing, I understand like how you supposed to play basketball. I understand like how these coaches is coaching basketball. I understand spacing. I understand pace. I understand tempo. I understand all of these things that a lot of people don't understand. A lot of people think you're supposed to play back to the basketball, throw it into the paint, hit the post player, play inside, kick it out. They double and kick it out. That's one form of basketball. There's many forms of basketball. So I understand why you feel the way you feel. We lost. It don't feel good, right? So in your mind, you like y'all probably thinking in terms of higher percentage shot. I get that. The closer you get to the paint, the higher the percentage shot. Play through the percentages. I get that. I understand. But nah, I'm not. I'm of more of the thinking of more possessions, right? More possessions. Try to get more possessions as fast as you can, and try to get the most shots per possession, right? That's kind of how I think in basketball. So I'm not mad at what y'all saying. I just disagree. That's all. We just disagree. Real Money says, Mo, he thought he made a point, but the commissioners cut thing. Now they made them that way. That's why they kept shooting. I did make a point. This is the funny thing, Real Money. You show me you don't know basketball because everything I'm saying is how the Fever play. So you don't like how the Fever play? Y'all definitely hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. The Fever, believe it or not, Mo, and I said this already, the Fever got the fastest pace in the league. They got the fastest pace in the league. They play the quickest and they generate. I gotta take a look at the stats, but I believe I know for sure they one of the top teams in generating threes. They one of the top 3 teams in generating threes. And they when you got Kelsey, especially Kelsey Mitchell, very efficient at making the 3. So without me looking at numbers, because I know some of y'all Mo3 and be like, she shoots. So let me not say very high efficient. I'm saying from what I see, it looks like she's a high efficient shooting the 3, or whatever the case may be. Indiana is one of the best 3-point shooting teams, one of the fastest teams, high tempo teams in the league. And that's why it's easy for them to crack 100 a lot, right? It's easy for certain teams to crack 100 a lot because they take a lot of threes and they make their threes. Just because you take them don't mean that that's a bad shot. It just means you missed them. And that's what happened today. Carl Semesco was trying to generate one of the highest scoring offenses in the league, but Can't do that unless you got players that's efficient. Unless you got players that's making their shots. Like I said, Ryan Howard and Alicia Gray, they had pretty good numbers today, but the BI leaders and scorers, and then on top of that, they're not getting. The BI leaders, they should have better scoring, and then on top of that, our bench ain't provide nothing. So it's like you don't get nothing from the bench, and your starters is not like scoring in the 30s, high 20s, 30s. It looks bad. I get it. It is what it is. You know what? We might be having a harsh reality. This team might not be this team, and I'm not saying they are. I'm just, I'm calling a spade a spade. I'm honest. This team, to Real Money's point earlier when he said they are who we said they are, this team might not be a championship team, even though these are talented players. We see that all the time, right? We see that all the time. We just seen the Sixers get knocked out the playoffs, and they're a talented team. So we just seen the Cleveland Cavs have a talented backcourt get knocked out the playoffs. So you can have talented players on your team, and that team is just not going to win for whatever reason. The personalities, the roles, whatever reason, maybe, and one of the biggest things, I'm going to be honest with you, one of the biggest problems I think is wrong with this team isn't the three-point shooting. Isn't anything that any of y'all say. Right. I think the biggest thing with this team, and I might have heard one other person say this, I'm not saying nobody ever said this, but I think the biggest thing with this team, honestly, is we don't have a bona fide leader. Right. Sometimes you can have, it's almost like the Toronto, I don't know if y'all know the Toronto Raptors when they had Kyle Lowry and before they won a championship. That Toronto Raptors, right? DeMar DeRozan. Sometimes you can have really good players, but no alpha. Like no player to take you over the top. No player that's going to be like, I'm going to win us this championship, right? So I think that might be Atlanta when I look at them because Ryan Howard tends to disappear a lot. And her best game is behind a three-point line. Like she every once in a while she goes in the paint and gets something at the basket, but she's a shooter. She's a shooter. So her game is based on her making shots. Simple as that. And Alicia Gray actually does attack the basket, but Alicia Gray might not have the personality to be the alpha, right? And we know that. We see her, she's more of a quiet player, right? And all of the things. Angel Reese, offensive game is limited. So because her game is limited, it's hard to play through her because she plays well, she's gonna play hard and she's gonna get positive things going. But there's certain things she just need to add to her game. Until she add those things to her game, she's limited offensively. So, and she's new to the team too. So the two people I would say should step up as the bona fide leaders is either going to be Jordan Canada because she's the point guard, or it's going to be Angel Reese. Ironically, who's a former point guard, right? But it's going to be Angel Reese. But Angel Reese is new to the team, so I doubt that's going to happen. Jordan Canada doesn't have the personality, I think, to tell, because I do believe Ryan Howard and Alicia Gray are better players. I don't think she has the personality to be like, I'm a lead you guys, right? So because of that, I don't feel like we have that alpha to lead us. And that might be our biggest Achilles heel. He's a talented player. This is a talented team. It's a good team. But just because you have talent don't mean championship. I want this team to win the championship, but we also need a leader to help us win that championship. So I think that's the bigger issue than making threes or coaches' rotations or anything like that. We just don't have that alpha. Who Ranger says, I don't know if this team will make the playoffs. See, I disagree with that. I think they definitely will make the playoffs. Just because, again, this show, I don't know how old y'all are or like how much basketball knowledge you know. Teams go through slumps, bro. Like this is the worst part. This is the worst portion of the season for us. That's a fact. And this is the worst time as an Atlanta Dream for Carson Mesco. So all the Carson Mesco people who want to say it's his fault, now is the time. Blame him. 4-game losing streak. Blame him. Blame him. Panic. Do all the stuff y'all want to do. It's a 4-game losing streak. They're going to bounce back at some point. We thought it's just that sometimes you get impatient. You want it to happen when you want it to happen. We thought they wouldn't lose 2 to the Valkyrie, and then We thought that they was going to bounce back against Seattle. They didn't. Now we thinking, oh, now it should have definitely been the Mystics. Sometimes it's not your time. It don't go like that. Sometimes it don't go. You know what I mean? Things don't always go your way in life. You need to. That's a life lesson for some of y'all. Things ain't gonna go your way in life. That don't mean panic. Right now, I'm gonna keep it real with you. This is a perfect time to say this. I ain't gonna get in too deep about what's going on with me. But right now, things ain't going my way in life. You don't see me. Well, y'all don't really see me, but I'm not out here crying about it. I'm not out here saying, woe is me. I'm like, okay, well, I figure it out. Right? I'm on a 4-game losing streak in life right now, right? Like, things aren't going my way right now in life. I'm not sitting here crying, blaming this person and blaming that person and asking God why. And I thank God every day. I thank God that I got the family that I have. I'm in a position that I have. I have the health that I have. I thank God that I'm able to do this and talk to you guys, right? I'm good. I don't need to blame nobody for my issues, even though it's really not my fault. Like, if I really get into it, not to say none of it is my fault. Part of it is my fault. I take accountability for what is my fault. But a lot of it is that when you go through life, I'm gonna keep it a thou wow with y'all. Y'all can see it on here. I'm a confident guy. I'm a confident person. And what happens to confident people in life, you're going to get unconfident people trying to tear you down. That's what happened with me. You get what I'm saying? Like, people don't like to see you win. Even this, I guarantee you, there's a bunch of y'all, not in here, or not all of y'all. It's a few. I ain't even going to say in here. I'm going to say a part of this women basketball community. There's a few people a part of this women basketball community I know for a fact just don't want me to win because I'm me. You get what I'm saying? But it don't bother me. It's like I already know no matter what rooms you walk in, you're gonna have haters. You get what I'm saying? And no matter what room you walk in, you're gonna have people who love you. Like, it is what it is. And you can't really let one side affect you. You gotta stay even keel and just keep pushing, right? What Jay-Z said it. Some of y'all might not know Jay-Z's lyrics, some of y'all might know, but he said, I'll show you how to walk through a room full of vultures. You know what I'm saying? You gotta know how to be yourself and like still maneuver. You know what I mean? Anyway, that's enough about me. That's me. But my point is, this team is just going through ebbs and flows right now. Right now, it's in a valley, but it's gonna be. To say they're not gonna make the playoffs is crazy. Now, that's possible. I'm not gonna act like it's not possible. Anything is possible. You don't know if an injury will happen. You don't know. Like, we don't know what will happen, but right now, from what I'm seeing, I don't see not making the playoffs. But what I am seeing is not advancing, right? Because in the playoffs, you got to do what? You got to win on the road. I don't see this team winning right now on the road in the playoffs. So I do see being bounced out of the playoffs. I see that. But to say not making the playoffs, you're still one of the top teams in the league. What's wrong with you, bro? Like, relax, B. Like, it ain't that serious. You see what I'm saying? All right, let's get back. Mo3 want to hit me with numbers and shit like that. He says, Atlanta, 29 of 8 field goal position, and 7 of 31. Okay. I mean, you keep driving that. I just feel like you want to keep saying it over and over. You're not going to change my mind, bro. I don't feel like they shot too many shots. I just feel like they missed them. They missed shots. They got to shoot better. This is terrible shooting. So, I mean, you could say it. I mean, you could keep saying it. I don't know why you want to keep saying it, though. I get it. The Mystics, 31-56, 9 of 16. I said this during a watch party. The Mystics was playing more through the paint. You want to know what's funny? You bringing up numbers, and I didn't even look at it. Since you bringing up numbers, you could go look at it. The first game we won against Indiana, when we won the back-to-back, this is exactly how we played. They played through the paint the same way the Mystics played through the paint. They played through Aaliyah Boston. We didn't. We played through the three-point line, and we won the game. Now, I think we actually missed a lot of threes in that game too, if I'm not mistaken. So I might be wrong on that. Check that for me, though, Mo3. Check the first Indiana game. Check the first Indiana game for me, and tell me what the disparity was with that. Who raised you says, then Angel had a few mismatches and they didn't even give for the ball. Y'all still running with that narrative. That's hilarious. Canada Snow says, Brooke, they aren't as it looks now. They aren't as bad. I think you're trying to say they aren't as bad as it looks now. I'm pretty sure that's what you're trying to say. They aren't as bad as it looks now. Love Me Some Me says, not sure how old you are, but you seem wise beyond your years. I'm 60, but a young 60. You are calm and measured in your analysis. You make a great coach. I don't know if I could make, I appreciate that. I don't know if I could make a great coach only because I never had experience with coaching, but I do have experience with the game. I love the game. So I could tell you what I see. I don't know if I could coach though. I appreciate that. I would love to coach though. Like say if somebody took me under their wing and I got to learn under them, I would love to do that. But to your point, the reason why I'm saying that is because I don't mind learning. A lot of people don't want to learn. They want to stay stuck on whatever they know and be stuck on that. They don't want to hear something new and be like, you might be right. Let me look that up. Let me see. People don't like to do that. People like to just be like, they think they know it all type of thing. Me, I want to learn. So I can learn from somebody, a coach who knows more than me. I could definitely go to a coach and and learn more of the game. And then I think I could coach. But right now I wouldn't say I could coach. But I appreciate you saying I'm wise beyond my years. It is what it is. You know, you go through life. Life teaches you. I don't want to sit here and act like I've been through a lot of stuff, but I lived a lot of life. So life gave me experiences. And also I'm a critical thinker. I don't just think like, you know what I mean? Like I think outside the box. I try to think outside the box, and I try to also break things down when I think. And that's why also when I speak to people, I try to break things down to people because I feel like my favorite people, like I'm gonna give you a person to give you an example, somebody like 50 Cent. Reason why 50 Cent I love, and I feel like me and him share the same quality. 50 Cent is a type of person, if you ever hear him talk about like business, he's going to talk about it in a level that you understand. He's not going to try to talk about business and confuse you, right? Whereas you have some other people who would talk about business and it'd be so complicated and then it'd be like this, that, and the third. Some people is able to break things down that a 5-year-old can understand it. They break it down with anybody. That's the type of analysis I try to give. When I talk about the game, I try to break it down in a way everybody could understand. It's not that difficult. So if you're not understanding it, you don't want to. You blocking it out. You're not trying to understand what I'm trying to say. Because when I break things down, I break it down in a way where everybody could get it. You get what I'm saying? Because I feel like that's the best way to explain things to people. And once again, I don't like the type of people that try to confuse you because a lot of things ain't that complicated. Basketball ain't that complicated. Sports ain't that complicated. Why we on a 4-game losing streak right now ain't that complicated, really. You know what I mean? It is what it is. We just got to play better, right? It's that simple. The stars got to step up. That's what it is. The stars got to step up. That's Ryan Howard, Alicia Gray. That's why I keep naming them names. Jordan Canada played well. You can't blame her. A lot of people want to blame her. You can't blame her. She played well. Alicia Gray, and I'm not saying Alicia Gray played bad or Ryan Howard played bad. I'm saying they need to take it to another level. They need to step up. They need to take it to another level. These are the leaders of our team. But it also don't help that Asika Kone didn't make shots today, right? Now, I don't feel like she's the reason why we lost, but that doesn't help us. Somebody else got to step up and make plays and make shots in the absence of her shots as well. But I appreciate your compliment, Love Me Some Me. And I'm 40. I'll be 40 in November, by the way. I kind of lost where I was at. Where was I at? Let me see. No, no. Got hit and my bomb mystics. I think I was right here. Bro. Bang, all right. Who raised who said the reason why I said they not making the playoffs is because of the referees. I don't think the referees will stop them from making the playoffs, Brody. But if you do, I can't knock that. I can't knock that. Dexter Dexter Fuqua. Our guards are ball hogs. That's what Mo3 said. Mo3 said that. I didn't get that. A ball hog is somebody who doesn't pass the ball. I'm not getting not pass the ball from my guard, so I disagree with that. Lenny Beeson says the coach is horrible. Okay. Listen, 4-game losing streak, you could blame the coach. I disagree with that as well, but you could blame the coach for a game losing streak. Okay, yeah, so 21-25. See what I'm saying? Like, they gonna shoot threes, bro. You just don't want them to go into the 30s. You feel like once you make it to the 30s, stop shooting. I feel you. They gonna shoot threes, bro. Who Ranger says, like I said, as to quote Kendrick Lamar, 95% will miss it and only 5% will get it. What side are you on? I wouldn't be quoting Kendrick Lamar with sports. I would probably quote Kobe Bryant or, Phil Jackson or Pat Riley. I would quote people like that. I wouldn't quote, I would quote Kendrick Lamar when it come to rap or culture, but I wouldn't quote Kendrick Lamar when it comes to basketball. Because what is that like? I don't understand. Like, I get what he's saying in that line, but how does that apply to the game today? I don't. Okay, 5% of people get it. Okay, all right, I got you. Mm. But yeah, like I said, man, we had a good. Let me take a look at the stats real quick. Hold on. Let me get a better analysis myself. My bad, y'all. When I click off and I go look at other pages, that's why I don't. That's why I don't do it. But anyway, damn, we shot 80 shots. Today 50 shots, bro. That's crazy. This was a game of efficiency, bro. Again, we just missed a lot of shots. It was no way we were supposed to lose this game, bro. It's no way. It's no way you shoot. What's going on, Mo? Let me see. Let me put it the camera. Well, it don't matter because your camera not on anyway. But what's good, Mo?
Yo,
You on stage, Brody?
you can hear me?
My volume down? I can't hear you.
You can
If
hear
you
me?
talking, I can't hear you, Brody.
Yeah, I'm talking.
I don't know if you're muted. But yo, I just went and looked at the stats, yo. This was a game of efficiency. This is crazy. Like, there's no way we're supposed to lose this game today. This was just a bunch of missed shots.
Yo, you still can't hear me?
We were supposed to blow them out for real.
Can the chat hear me?
We had 20 more shots than they did.
Can
How
the
you
chat
lose
hear me?
that? That's wild.
Hello.
And that brings me back to coaching
Hello.
because for you to generate 20 more shots than the other team and y'all still lose, that's on the players, bro. Like, that's crazy. I can't imagine me playing a game. I got 20 more shots than you and I'm going to lose. I'm damn. I feel disrespected for real. Just bad efficiency. That means there was a lot of shot missing. There's a lot of shot missing in this game.
Right when you like fucking like 30
Mo3
minutes ago,
says,
bro.
no, I said the same for the game too. You're not making
right
them
when your
try
opening,
nothing else. I
hype
got
this
you.
nigga up, bro. I
Listen,
told
man,
this nigga
y'all,
say he on his way.
I can't argue until they start winning. Because when they start winning, I'm gonna ask y'all if y'all still feel the same way. Because they're gonna still shoot the same amount of three. Ain't shit gonna change. Right? Ain't shit gonna change. Skull Brain Nation says ATL need a new coach and guards that want to win and play as a team. Not gonna lie. Jordan Canada, the PG looking to score versus set up the team. And Rod just want to shoot threes. And Leash don't want to take the lead as a scorer. That told me you ain't watched the game. I don't know. Like, it seemed like y'all just be hearing other people talk. Jordan Canada was setting up the offense the whole game, bro. And if you would have watched the watch party with me, you would have heard me saying, oh, great pass. Oh, great pass. Jordan Canada was setting everybody up. Right? So, and then I know it's popular to blame the coach, so I get it. You probably don't even know what to blame the coach about. You just, oh, the bad coach. We didn't do players. We just played this shit. I don't know. Maybe I'm bad at this. Maybe the people who do this is supposed to be like, maybe you're supposed to just blame the coach for everything. Maybe I'm doing it wrong. Mo3, what's up, Brody?
You can hear me now?
You want to know what? This happened before. If I'm assuming you're talking.
Yeah.
And we just can't hear you.
Hold on, man.
I mean, I just can't hear you. I think they can hear you. What I'm gonna do is fix it how I fixed it last time. So you could talk Mo3. If y'all can hear Mo3, hit one in the chat for Mo3. You could talk Mo3, and I'm gonna try to fix the audio because I don't know why it's not working. All right, I'm back. Mo3, you still up here? Let me see. Add to the stage. I should be able to hear you now. Say something.
Something. I left and came back. Hold on, man. I'm gonna leave and come back again.
I don't know. That didn't fix it. That fixed it last time. It was wilding out. Anyway, Chicago Cheetahs says, I'm disappointed with this basketball team. You just cannot lose a game like this when you have 20 more shots. That's a fact. I didn't even know that. When I saw that, I was surprised. I'm like, damn, like how you lose a game like that? That's crazy. That's on the players though. It's not. Players gotta play better. Chicago Cheetah says they're just they're just there's just no way they lost that game in the manner they did. Now that's a fact.
Yo, can you hear me now?
That's a fact.
You still
If
can't
I'm the
hear me.
players, I'm mad at myself. I'm ready to play again. Ain't no way you trying to tell me. But that's a difference between threes and twos, though. You know what I mean? If your threes is falling, we blow this team out. Your threes is not falling, we lose by what 5? So because credit to the misses, they played their way. They say, you know what, we're gonna just keep getting the ball into the paint. We don't care. We just gonna keep scoring in the paint, and that's what they did. They did a good job of scoring in the paint. Mo3 says, now you see what I'm thinking about. About what? About now you see what I'm thinking about. I think that's what you're trying to say. I still disagree with you, Mo3. I don't have no issue with the 3 point. I don't have no issue with the way they run their
Hello?
offense. I don't have that's not a problem for me.
Man, this is Buzz. You
Um
can't even hear what I'm saying because you're
Again,
not
I
getting
said
the
I, I
point.
said I said what my problems are. I
I'm
say
not
it every
I'm not
stream. My problems is if
complaining
your
about
shots aren't falling,
the
do
amount of
something else. I
threes they've
would like
taken
for Ryan Howard to attack the
just for the
basket more
sake
if her
of
shots not falling.
not
Alicia
wanting them
Gray
to
already
take
attacked the
threes.
basket. So I can't really ask
I'm
anything
against it
more from
because
her.
they're making it could have been
She already
like the
attacks the
first
basket.
Indiana game where they scored,
So
I
Ryan
mean,
just need to
where they
attack it
took
more.
21 threes, which is
Um,
less than that's 10 threes less
and
than
I don't
them.
even know what I want from
But I was
Angel
still
at this point
complaining because they
because
only made
I would love
6,
to see her start shooting the ball more, but she not
which
comfortable
is
with
like
that.
what, like 20 something percent.
We already know she need to add a couple moves to our arsenal. You know what I mean? But I don't know. Mo, I can't hear you. By the way, I don't know if you're talking or what. I don't know what's going on. I don't know why I can't hear you, Brody.
I don't know either. I left, came back, left,
But
came
like
back.
I said, talk Mo3. Stay up here and talk because I'm gonna do something. I think it'll fix it. It fixed it the other day when I had this issue the other day. I think I fixed it. Say something, Mo3. Oh, he left. You?
Yo, can you hear me now?
Yeah, I fixed it. I told you, you ain't had to leave. It was me. You know what it was? When I'm on live like this, my phone volume is my phone volume. It's not my like sound volume. So
Okay,
I
got you.
guess at some point I turned my sound down on my phone so that when people talk. So what happened was I had to literally go to YouTube on my like the app, and I had to turn my volume up, and then I was able to hear you. So like I guess my sound volume was down, and it's like this is like a call volume. You feel me? It's like when I'm like this, when I'm on the chat like this, it's like I'm on a call. So when I press up on the volume, nothing happens. That's why I kept saying I can't hear you. I don't know if you're talking or not, but when I went to YouTube, it went to
Nah,
my
I could hear you.
yeah. When I went to YouTube, it went to my actual sound volume, like the actual like music stuff like that sound,
Yeah.
and I was able to turn that up because I think I had
Uh,
turned it down by mistake, like at some point in my phone
uh,
before.
yeah. But what I was trying to say earlier in the chat is I couldn't say like what I wasn't doing a good job of saying what I really how I really felt. I'm not against taking threes. I know the game has evolved. I ain't stuck in no '90s game. I'm just saying what my problem is the adjustment. The
When it's not
adjustment.
falling, they not doing nothing
Yes,
else. I got you.
yes. That's what I'm saying. That's when it's too many. Like you're not making them. That's what I'm trying to tell you. If you're not making them, it's too many. Because in the Indiana game, where they took 10 less threes, which they only took 21, I was still complaining. I was saying the same thing in that game. Because in
Mm.
that game, they also took more shots than than Indiana. It wasn't that much. It was like 4 more shots, but you know what I'm saying. But still, though, when you not when you shooting 20-something% and you shooting over 23s, you got to do something else, man. You got to learn how to adjust. That to me, that shows like poor basketball IQ. Like,
Mm.
and I'll give Caitlin some credit for that. When she sees her shot is not going down, she like, all right, hold on, let me try to do something else. Let me get a bunch of assists,
Mm.
and things like that. You know what I'm saying?
And I think, and
And
I agree with you to a certain extent. I think the difference is though, this is not so with Caitlin, the offense is like pretty much through her, so she could decide what she want to do. Right? This
yeah,
is
I
no,
just
hold
brought
on,
her up as a quick example
no, and I think that was
because
a
of the
great
Indiana game.
example. That's not a bad example. I was just saying there's a difference, and the difference is this. It's almost like, all right, no, I'm gonna actually use a team. I'm not gonna use example. I'm gonna use a team. The example is this, right? Or the difference is this. With the way the offense is ran and the way this team is ran, certain players has roles. So if you don't play your role right, it looks bad. So for instance, the difference is what I'm saying is Caitlin might have multiple roles, right? Caitlin role is to shoot the threes, make assists, get to the basket, right? The roles on this team is Jordan Canada is supposed to initiate the offense. Ryan Howard is supposed to make threes, right? Um, well, they all supposed to make threes, but I'm saying there's certain people jobs. Like Ryan Howard's job is to make threes in this offense, right? Because if you take a look at the way they run in the offense, it's especially clear in the transition, and that's what I noticed even this game because I'm in transition. You got mad options, right? In pick and roll and certain actions, you got mad options. You don't have to just do like one thing. But I noticed, I guess, to generate more offense, what Jordan Canada does is, and this is probably why people saying they looking Angel off, right? This is probably where it's coming from. When they in transition, meaning and for the slow people in the back, meaning that if it's a missed shot, a steal, or whatever, and they outrunning, right? They running. They have numbers. They going to the basket. Angel's running. Ryan Howard is trailing. Leisha's over here. Balls in Jordan Canada hand. What Jordan Canada tends to do to manipulate the defense is she'll run sideways, right? She'll run sideways. She'll find Ryan Howard trailing, dish to her. It's usually a wide open shot. So it's not a bad shot. The question is, are you going to make it or not, right? And if you miss it, that's another missed three to that 31. You get what I'm saying? And that's what happens. Jordan Canada, I think, as a point guard running the offense, she knows what shot she wants when she wants it. It's up to the player who gets it to make the shot. When she gets it to Angel, if it's a pick and roll, a lot of times Angel is going up against a bigger player or she's getting fouled. Sometimes Angel missed that shot, right? But it'll always be Angel fault. Sometimes, like I said, it'd be a foul call or it'd be a foul and no call or some shit like that. But sometimes she get the ball to Angel. Sometimes she has in transition, she's looking for Ryan Howard or Alicia Gray to shoot the transition three. Now, if they miss that, let's just say we have a game where we run it, because like I said, this was a game of good energy, at least in the beginning. At least, at least in the first quarter. We held them to 9 points in the second quarter, right? And we lost the third. We lost the third by like 5 points, and we lost the fourth quarter bad. And that's because I guess those threes wasn't falling right in the fourth quarter. But when Jordan Canada is looking for you, like, all right, boom, I got you an open shot, Ryan Howard. You got to knock it down. That's the Caitlin shot or the Kelsey Mitchell shot on Indiana. You get what I'm saying? When they go to the basket, this is where they get mad at Jordan Canada, which is weird. There's times where Jordan Canada is like probing and she's going to the basket. There's nobody to pass to or no clean pass. She'll take it herself. And then people will be like, she's trying to score. She's a bad point guard. She's trying to score. No, she's making decisions in real time. So I think that's just what happened. That's why I said, for me, I get what you're saying. I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm not debating you. I just disagree because if we running the same offense every day, right? And your role is to do what your role is. Meaning if you Angel Reese, we expect this from you every night, Angel. We expect you don't have to score 30 every night. You don't have to get 18 and 17 every night, right? Which is a great double-double. But we expect at least what she did tonight. Oh, well, I got to look at it because she, like I said, she might have scored more. Last time I looked, she had 13 and 13. I don't know if she finished with that. But we expect that's the bar from you. We expect that from you. If you're not doing that, then you didn't do your job. You get what I'm saying? And I think that's what's happening. That the missed threes aren't that they took too many threes and it looks bad. The missed threes is the people who's supposed to be knocking them down ain't. So now it look bad. Now the offense is like, oh, Carl, what you doing? And then the offense also looks bad because now people were saying, all you really want to do is shoot threes, when the truth of the matter is he do get shots all over the floor. They get shots in the paint. They get shots from the three. They try to get the best open shot. The problem is when we generate those open threes, our three-point shooters is bricking them. You get Sika Kone took a bunch of them today. Remember, Sika Kone was out there. She had 0. How many shots she shot in that corner? And one thing I love about Sika, she confident though. I give it that. I'm not mad at Sika because I'd rather somebody like Sika than, respectfully, I know Angel my favorite. She the reason why I'm here, but I'd rather somebody like Sika than Angel. Angel gonna hesitate and not shoot it. No, at least Sika, she breaking them, but she missing them. I mean, that's the same thing. She's taking them, but she's missing them. You get what I'm saying? So it just looks bad, and that's all I'm saying. That's why I say when it works, I want to see what people are going to say, because they're not going to change their play style. Only way they're going to change their play style if all of a sudden they collapse and nothing is working, then they'll change something up. But we went through a 4-game losing streak. It is what it is. Our shot makers got to make shots. Tahina Pau missed shots today. Like I said, Sika Kone missed shots. I think Ryan Howard. I got to take a look at the stats. I think she shot okay. Alicia Gray missed her shots today. So it just looked bad when you miss shots, bro. But also, that's what happens in basketball. But I'm noticing this team got a microscope on it, because other teams be missing shots too, and don't nobody say. Like I just said, the Commissioner's Cup, they was breaking it up. They was breaking it up in the Commissioner's Cup. I don't see nobody online. Maybe it's because I'm not part of their fan base, but I don't see nobody online complaining about the amount of threes they took, and they need to get the ball in the paint. They played 5 out. They played 5 out in the Commissioner's Cup. I don't see nobody talk about this in an inside-out ball. You get what I'm saying? How many shots did Sabrina Ionescu throw up in the Commissioner's Cup? She was shooting like shit most of the game. Made some shots at the end. You get what I'm saying? Like, am I bugging Mo 3? Like, But yeah, like I said, man, 4-game losing streak. It don't feel good at the end of the day, but hey, we got to figure it out. That's all. You just got to keep at it. You got to keep figuring it out. I still believe in this team. Like, I don't know if they're a championship team. They definitely a good team. They definitely a playoff team. I don't know if they're a championship team, and that's only because I don't know who the alpha dog is. Like, who we play through. It's supposed to be Ryan Howard. It's supposed to be her, right? It's supposed to be her. But then some people say it shouldn't be her. It should be Alicia. But Alicia don't have the personality to be like, it's me. So I don't know. That's the problem. We are so far. If I compare this, if I said the team that is reminding me of that I've seen before, this is reminding me of the Toronto Raptors, the 2018, 17, 16 Toronto Raptors. I don't know if y'all remember that team, but that's what this team reminded me of, right?
Yeah, kinda.
It's like they good, but they don't have that Kawhi. They need a Kawhi, and they got DeRozan and Lowry, who's both really good players, but they aren't the alpha dog. And that's what this team is looking like. They looking like really good. And the jury's still out because Bree Jones not back. So we don't know how she's going to come affect the team. But we don't look like if we run into an Asia Wilson, we're going to have enough to beat an Asia Wilson or Breanna Stewart or one of them that is of that level. So that's what I see from this team. This is a good team, but this is a team that could disappear. This shows you right here, we on Mo 3, we would have lost on the road in the playoffs, right? You got to win in the road to win in the playoffs. We would have lost. If this was a playoff series, we just had 2 chances to win in the playoff series, really, because it was 4 games, even though 2 of them was back. 2 of them was against the same team. But we wouldn't advance in the playoffs playing the way we playing right now. And that's what they need to figure out. That's what Carlson Mesco needs to figure out how to keep them consistent. And again, I'm not mad at any of y'all takes. I'm not mad at Mo 3 take. I'm not, I just see it differently. That's all. I just see it a little differently. And but hey, I could be wrong. You know what I'm saying? I could be wrong. The Wizard says it's hard to watch the Dream and the refs is horrible to reach. That's a fact. I enjoy watching the Dream though. I ain't gonna lie. Like I said, for the people who might have missed me say it a little while ago, I'm doing a watch party for now on. Please show up for the watch party. I'm actually, as soon as we get off this live, I'm gonna put up the lives for the next game. So please go like. Is better for y'all. It's better for the algorithm. It's better for the channel if you guys like it right away, even before we go live. Like it before we go live, because what happens is it puts the channel in the algorithm so more eyes can see it, so more people can see it, so more people can see what we're doing over here. So I appreciate everybody that's in here right now rocking out with me. Make sure y'all hit the like button right now. Run these likes up. You feel me? This channel is only gonna get better because, like I said, I'm gonna repeat something else I said a little while ago. I'm not, I'm going through some things in life right now. It is what it is. So because I'm going through what I'm going through, I don't have my equipment. Because I don't have my equipment, I can't put together the best show I could put together for y'all. And that's a show that's going to have the stats up for you, that's going to have certain things up, and we could discuss certain things, and I could put the videos up. I can't do that on my phone. It's just too much. It's not, the technology ain't catch up to be mobile yet. If I could have did all that, I would have did it, and we would have had an even better show. So that's telling you that when I do get my equipment, this show is going to be even better than it is now. Right now, it's just us talking. It's just us learning from each other and talking about basketball. That's all this is. But when I get my equipment, y'all get all the bells and whistles on top of that, on top of the talking. So like I said, I appreciate everybody for rocking with me. Hit the like button. If you haven't subscribed to the channel. You know what I mean? And you know what I mean? Let's over here, let's have integrity. Let them other channels talk about basketball in a low frequency way, in a low IQ way, low hanging fruit way. We're not gonna do that. Pause this. I don't know what the fuck I don't know why I did that. Pause. But let's over here, let's try to talk about basketball in a way that a little bit of thinking goes into it. We're not gonna just be so quick to blame the coach for every little thing. I'm not saying never blame the coach. Let's keep the coach accountable for coaching decisions, right? Substitutions, how much he's playing his bench, right? How much he's playing his starters right now. He's playing the starters a lot of minutes. You can hold him accountable for that, right? For his off, you could.
My bad. Oh shoot, my bad.
Nah, you good, Brody.
Yeah,
Let-
I was away. I had to do some shit. Can't stay here too long. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man. I was just saying, man. 80 shots. You took 24, 20, 26, 24 more shots than the other team. If some of those threes were like driving to the hole, maybe you get a foul or even a little media something. You know what I'm saying? To like, you know what I'm
yeah,
saying? Just to get get something going. You should win. There's no way you taking almost 30 more shots than the other team and losing. That's crazy.
it is crazy.
But yeah,
Uh,
man. But I gotta go. I just wanted to get that off. Like I'm not against the threes. It's just the adjustment that I'm against.
I expect. I ain't mad at you. Great point. Great point, Brody. But yeah, like I was saying, this show is gonna get even better once I'm able to get my equipment back. Once I'm able to get my equipment and I'm able to have stats and different things like that on the screen for you guys. Right now it's difficult. I don't even know if it's possible. I was trying to have a scoreboard in a watch party. I couldn't do that. Couldn't even do the scoreboard. So in the future, these discussions will get better. So stay tuned for that. Like I said, everybody, do me a favor, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, all of the things. With that said, let me get back into the comments, see what you guys is talking about. David, you actually got to give me a statement, bro. I can't respond to this because I don't know what you laughing at. I don't know what's so funny. You actually got to give a statement, Brody. The Wizard says it's hard to watch the dream. Oh yeah, I read this already. No, that's a Fizac. That's a Fizac. The Wizard says they shoot too many threes. I disagree, but I feel you. And Nas gets cooked on defense by everybody. Okay, I didn't realize Nas was a disability on defense. So I haven't noticed that. I'll start paying attention to that. I don't know why you're saying that. Okai should start to give her confidence for later in the year. I wouldn't mind Okai starting. I wouldn't mind, especially if we're gonna start somebody. First of all, I don't know if y'all realize Nas didn't start because she out of the starting lineup. She didn't start because, again, this shows if you know basketball or not. Some people, Nas didn't start because she came back off like injury or whatever whatever it was she was going through. And some coaches don't believe in throwing you right out there. They want to bring you back slowly. So that's the only reason why Nas didn't start. At least I haven't heard the coach say it's been a change in the starting lineup yet. So I don't think Okada be starting. I think he tried Sika Kone today because he tried Okada last game and it didn't work. So he said, you know what, let's go with Sika, a smaller lineup, another shooting big similar to Nas. Let's see if it works, right? It didn't work because at least a healthy Nas, you would, and I think she made a shot or two today. She either made one or she made 2 shots a day. We know Nas is gonna make some shots. Sika ain't make no shots. Nas typically make a shots, right? So we was dealing with that. We was dealing with being short-handed or playing with a different lineup. It is what it is. But one of our bench players got some minutes a day. If you notice, our bench players got minutes, right? Like Medina got minutes last game. She didn't play that great. She started. I don't know if y'all remember that. Like we got convenient amnesia. Everybody be like, "Yo, she should start." But then when she played bad, where everybody at? Ain't nobody say nothing about her playing terrible. She played terrible. Where it would the Medina should start. People, where were you when she started and played terrible? The Angel and Medina people. I want to see them play together. Where y'all at? They played together. They played terrible. Where y'all at? You know what I'm saying? So it's like, sometimes people be saying things and it's just like, whatever. But yeah, I think Medina be fine. I wouldn't mind her starting though, She'll learn, she'll get better. Over Sika Kone anyway, not over Nas Hillman. I think Nas Hillman is better for us in the starting lineup. The problem is Angel is really not a center. She's playing undersized. And again, that's what annoys me about the wrestlers because she's playing at a disadvantage. Angel is playing at a disadvantage, but she don't get the benefit of the doubt. That's weird to me. To give you an example of what I'm saying, James Harden, the reason why his double step back was never called to travel is because he's putting himself at a disadvantage to make a more difficult 3. The refs is going to see if he can make it. Like the refs is going to be like, I'm not calling that, right? It ain't like he giving himself an advantage. He giving himself a disadvantage. Angel is at a disadvantage and they still are hard on her. That's crazy to me. I could understand if Angel had the advantage and you want to equal things out. Okay, I get it. But it's the opposite. Angel is playing at a disadvantage and they still like trying to make things even harder on her. That's weird to me. So I don't know. Gas says the ATL dream just signed Jalen Sherrod to a development contract. Yeah, I seen that. I didn't really make a video about that because it's a developmental contract. She can't help us unless she actually on a roster. So, I mean, I'm happy she on the team because that gives us 2 really fast point guards. And like I said, one bright spot about what's been happening is a point guard position, right? Jordan Canada has been pushing the tempo. She has been making plays. She has been doing all of the things, using her speed. But we only have one of those. Now we got 2 of them. Right, we got 2 fast PGs, so that helps us. The problem is we already know with developmental contracts, you only could play a certain amount of games. So because of that, I didn't really make a big deal about her being on the roster, even though I like her being on the roster, right? So it was good. For the people that's watching, it was good, man. Send me a comment, like unless y'all unless y'all just like looking at me. I don't. Hit the like button, run the likes up. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, all of the things. I mean, hype the channel, please, please, please. I appreciate it. Let's try to grow. Let's try to grow this channel organically. You know what I mean? I'm doing this by myself, as you can see. I don't have help, right? I don't have nobody endorsing me and none of that. It's just me and my personality. So I appreciate everybody that's rocking with me. And like I said, when this channel does grow, I'm gonna remember the people who was here in the beginning. So I appreciate all you guys for rocking with me, because you don't have to. It's all this YouTube space doing women's basketball is oversaturated now, right? Because there's a whole bunch of people doing it. One thing I will say is weird. It's a gift and a curse. One thing I will say is I'm happy there's more Angel Reese supporters than it was a couple years ago. There wasn't many. Even me, it was people to shout out to the people who was around before me. Y'all knew who they were, who they are. Shout out to those guys who've been doing this, and then I came along a little bit after, I mean, I ain't gonna say a little bit, but I came along later, and it was a lot of Angel Reese haters. Like most of Angel Reese haters had, was in the content space doing YouTube pages or whatever the case may be. And now, I've been going for like a year, and in a year's time, is a lot of Angel Reese support pages popping up. That's what's up. So I just want to say that's positive, and I rock with that. What I don't like though is the amount of people who actually do this that don't know basketball. It's like, that's weird. It's like, I love basketball, and I ain't trying to say I know everything about basketball, as I don't. But this is a sport I love, and I'm like, I've been invested in it my whole life. And it seems like the people who talk about it don't even like care about basketball for real. So I don't know. That's weird to me. The Wizard says, don't get me wrong, Nas tries, but no one helps Reese with rebounds, and takes more than one game. And it takes more than one game for Reese and Okai to get for gel together. I don't think it's a problem with gelling together. Okai didn't play bad because she didn't gel with Reese. Okai played bad because she made rookie mistakes. So she was out there traveling and stuff like that. I think her and Reese got chemistry, so I don't think that's the problem. But I'm not saying I'm over it. What I'm saying is, hold yourselves accountable. Let me give you a perfect example. Let me pat myself on the back. I've been saying this for a couple of days. I'm gonna say it again. Before anybody was talking about Olivia Miles, I was talking about her. You could go do the research. It's on YouTube. It's documented. Before anybody was talking about her, I was talking about her. A lot of people was like naysayers against her and didn't believe. And I go guarantee you now that they all believe this now. I guarantee you that they all sing her praises. And the person that they told me was better was Cheyenne Sellers. Are y'all familiar with Cheyenne Sellers? I don't know if anybody in here is familiar with her. But they told me that Cheyenne Sellers was better than Olivia Miles, and that Olivia Miles wasn't a generational talent, and that she couldn't play defense on this level, and that they don't think she was going to be that good. That's what people was telling me. And they thought Cheyenne Sellers was better, and that, whatever, right? Well, those people were wrong. Like, apparently, it is what it is. You're wrong. Sometimes you're wrong in the things you say. Well, if you're wrong, say, you know what? I said this, and I was wrong about this. My point in saying that is the Medina people ain't saying, you know what? So far, we've been wrong. That ain't work. We seen it. It ain't work. You get what I'm saying? It's like people, they feel, I'm a confident person. I'm a confident person, so I don't care about saying I did something wrong or I made a mistake. It's like, okay, I did it wrong. I do it right next time, or I bounce back. That's how my thought process. So I could say sorry. I could apologize. I could do something wrong. That's me. Most people ain't like that. Most people can't say sorry. it's too much for them. Most people can't say that they was wrong, or you know what I mean, they wasn't right about something. It's too much for them to admit that. They can't hold themselves accountable and all of those things. So that's all I'm saying. I'm not saying that I'm old. Listen, I'm an Atlanta Dream fan, which means I'm an Ocott fan. I don't mind to see Ocott get minutes. I don't hate on Ocott the same way I'm not hating on Nas though. That's a difference. I want what's best. I want what's for all of them. I want what's best for all of them. So I want Nas to get her minutes, and I want Ocott to get her minutes. Whoever deserves to start should start. Whether that's Nas or Ocott. Right now, Nas is the better starter. Right now, Nas is the better starter. Regardless if you like that or not, it's the facts. You know, you see it based off numbers, and you see it based off your access. You see it based off play. Nas and Angel is a better backcourt than Medina and Angel right now. Now, it's things that Medina does better than Nas and Angel because she's bigger. She's just naturally a bigger person. So she's going to be able to bump better, finish over better, do certain things better. But as a unit, as a team, the best backcourt, while Bree Jones is hurt, or front court, I should say, right? That's the front court, if I'm not mistaken. The best front court, while Bree Jones is out, is Angel and Nas. That's facts. The Wizard says she do make mistakes. I agree. Yeah, but just because she make mistakes don't mean she don't do nothing right. She played good today. I was rooting for her today when she got bumped by Shakira and she stayed with it, didn't move a pivot, went up and scored. I was like, let's go, Medina. But in the Seattle game, that was it was a travel. It was a turnover. You get what I'm saying? So it is what it is. But yeah, she do things wrong. She make mistakes. But like you said, she's a rookie. She's growing. Ain't no need to rush her. Ain't no need. You can't rush development. When she's ready, she'll be ready. The Wizard says, I knew Miles was the truth. I wanted the Sky to draft her for the Twin Towers. But see, here's the thing. There's a difference between me and most people. I can't say you because I don't know you. I knew Miles was the truth when she was still injured in college. Most people didn't know that. Nobody was talking about her then. I was telling people, yo, is this girl named Olivia Miles? I think the Sky need to draft her. This was before anybody, this is before draft, this is before the season. This is when she still couldn't shoot and all of the things I was talking about her. That was me. You know what I mean? Oh, the Wizard says, I followed Miles since high school. Okay. That's what's up. I'm not gonna lie. I haven't followed her since high school. I didn't know because I wasn't a women's basketball fan. Angel Reese brought me here. So in 2023, I didn't even like the WNBA at that point. In 2023, I became a women's basketball fan. In 2024, when Angel went to the league, that's when I started to follow WNBA. And then when I saw how bad Chicago Sky was, that's when I realized, oh, they need a point guard. So then I started to look in college to see who they could get. And obviously everybody was talking about Raven. Obviously, and you know, the other name, you know, the only point guards you would hear about was Raven and Caitlin. Those are the main point guards you would hear about. Georgia Amore, people like that. But then I looked up Olivia Miles because she was on draft boards. And I'm like, yo, who's this girl? Right? On draft boards or whatever the case may be. And this is before she came back. And then I was able to see her play, look her up. And then that's when I got put on her. Be well, what's going on, Brody? I dropped a link for anybody who wants to come up to the chat. There you go. I dropped the link. But yeah, I'm a big supporter of Medina Ocott. I wouldn't mind seeing the her and Angel lineup a little bit more. I wouldn't mind it, but like I said, I'm not against. I don't know why people hate on this team so much. Like, they not the best team in the league, right? It's better teams in the league. They not the best players. It's better players. in the league, but this is not a bad team. So the hate on them is weird. But I think that might be some people love language. I think that's how some people understand sports. It's like just through a hater's lens. And that's why, like, when we start talking about people like Jordan Canada, I say, I try to say what I see, and I'm a truth teller. If these players is not good, I'm gonna say they're not good. Jordan Canada has been playing well, regardless of people like it or not. She's been running the point guard position very well. You know what I'm saying? Nas is a great 6 woman, right? For us. Alicia Gray and Ryan Howard need to step up as leaders, right? Angel Reese need to just continue doing what she's doing and just figure out how to get better with how they reference her. Because she could get better. She could be like, okay, this is what y'all gonna do. This is what I'm gonna do, right? She could have a counter to how the refs is reffing her, but that's up to her and her mentality. And the Angel we know is going to be successful because she's been successful. So we just have to wait and see. Also, it doesn't feel good to go through a losing streak. You get what I'm saying? So, we going through a losing streak right now. We going through a hard time right now. It don't feel good, but at the end of the day, they got to figure it out on the floor. Maybe they need to do more drive and kick threes, like Mo 3 was saying. Maybe that's what it is. They need to make some type of adjustment because right now, what they doing, the shots aren't falling, and they're not shooting very efficient, and they're not winning games, right? So they need to tweak something. They need to figure something else out. One thing I think they could do, I was thinking about this while I was watching the game, is Jordan Canada is always running the pick and roll. They could do the inverted pick and roll. Have Jordan Canada set Angel a screen right on a big. Angel takes the screen, goes downhill. So now the small got to switch on her. And if they double Angel, she get kicked back to Jordan Canada for the 3. And if they if they rotate or whatever, Angel either could finish at the basket or kick to the corner for a 3. So that's another option that they could do. Because right now they got Angel in handoff. They offense is running Angel off a handoff, meaning she catch the ball at the top, and then Ryan Howard to set a screen for Alicia and then cut to the basket. And Angel got an option there to hit Ryan for the basket. Even though y'all think all they do is shoot threes, Angel got the ability to hit Ryan Howard for a basket, cut into the basket, or hit Alicia Gray up top and then set her screen for a 3. The Wizards says it will be easier for everyone when Bree returns. That's a fact. She definitely will make things easier. She's an all-star caliber big, so she's definitely going to change the game. You guys falling asleep on me? What's going on? Like I said, I'm doing a watch party. I'm doing a watch party for the Atlanta Dream game. So every game, also be expecting to be expecting 2 lives. So you got the post game lives, which is what this is. Make sure everybody hit the bell notifications and everything so you could be notified. And then I'm also doing the watch party lives. Watch party is going to be during the game. So I need you guys to pull up to that too. I was hoping to see some of y'all. I missed y'all. I was in there holding it down by myself. Like I said, if I got to be the one man army, a song, that's just what it is. I'm gonna be the one man army. It'd be me by myself holding this thing down. But if you guys want to create a fun, healthy community, I need you guys to pull up. Mm. B Will says, I think I said what's up to you, B Will. I didn't. My bad. What's going on, B Will? B Will says, I didn't see the ATL game tonight, so I really can't speak on it. It's no big deal, buddy. It's no big deal. 4-game losing streak. That's really all you need to know. 4-game losing streak. So. And it's going to be the typical things from everybody. It's Carson Mesko's fault. He's a terrible coach. Jordan Canada can't point guard. They need another point guard. Jordan Canada want to be a shooting guard. They not giving Angel Reese the ball on purpose. They look at her. It's the same tired story people want to talk about every game. Be well. But another thing, like I said, that we are holding Carl Semesko accountable. The one thing we can hold him accountable for is mute your mic, because I have background. The one thing you can one thing you can hold him accountable for is he plays his starters a lot of minutes. He do play his starters a lot of minutes. Now I kind of understand why, but just because I understand why, don't mean he can't. He got to do something about it. The reason why is beware. Do me. I hear a lot of background stuff. Beware. The reason why. The reason why I believe he's doing it is just because he wants his starters to feel comfortable in the offense he's running, and also they're the best players. So he wants the best players on a team to start to get chemistry in the flow of the offense before he start to slowly implement more players, which is what you see him doing now. You see Izzy Borlise is being implemented. She was making decisions tonight. She turned the ball over a little bit. Medina's getting minutes, right? Sika Kone got some minutes. So he's implementing players slowly into the system, but he's trying to have his starters play the most minutes so they can get the most comfortable. Okay, I understand that. The problem is that don't change the fact that you're going to burn them out. They're going to get fatigued. You're going to have them at risk for injury, right? If you don't start to play your bench more. So you got to mix in your bench, even if you may even lose a few games, right? Like tonight, he lost the game tonight, but he also gambled because he could have not played Sika no minutes. He could have played Nas Hillman coming back from injury or whatever she was on. You know what I mean? He could have played to a whole bunch of minutes. You get what I'm saying? And maybe got the win. Maybe squeezed out of there with a 3-point win or something like that. But he played Sika Kone. She didn't really give us much anything. I mean, she played. I don't want to say she got some rebounds. She played her role, but she didn't contribute on the offensive end. So let me see what the Wizard says. The Wizard says, I don't think he is a bad coach. Players got to make shots and rebound. I agree with you. Can't blame the coach for everything. Now, that's a fact. That's a fact. Like, even tonight, even the fact that they got 20 more shot attempts than other team, I think kind of proves that he's a good coach, right? The fact that they got 20 more and lost proves that the players need to do something different, or the players need to play better. They got 20 more shots in the opposite team. I can't imagine you give me 20 more shots than somebody else and I'm losing. I'm gonna have to really go work on my game at that point. I got 20 more shots than the other team, which means we played a faster tempo and we got second chances. So, and we got
Mystics. What's up, Brooklyn?
Yes, sir, Brody.
Yeah, and I was looking at the stats, and the fact that they lost to the Mystics and the Mystics had 28 turnovers, that's not good.
That shows you it was an efficiency. It was an efficiency loss. And who you blame that on? The coach? You get what I'm saying? The coach
Yeah,
should have
no, you
made
can't
it.
blame the coach on that.
The coach should have made him more efficient. People came in here couldn't wait. You see how bad this coach is?
Mm-hmm.
That's not a
It's
coaching. Like,
wild.
that's the players. That's you gotta put it on the players.
Yep. At some point, you got to make a shot. You know what I mean? And if it ain't going in, try something else.
That's a fact. But you'd have had 20 more shot attempts. To your point, 20 some. You said 28 steals as the team.
The Misses had 28 turnovers. They committed 28 turnovers.
Atlanta was supposed to win this game.
They still won the game.
Atlanta was supposed to win this game. Like, if I'm the Dream, I'm happy I won this game. There's a reason why they won, though. I gotta have to look at the stats. Obviously efficiency, but they did certain things better than Atlanta did the win.
Yep, and that's gonna happen. You know.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, that's gonna happen.
So what you watched the different? You was watching the Dallas game.
Yeah, because I was trying to watch the ATL game, but I couldn't get the lead. The Wnba app working.
You don't have Amazon Prime?
I do, but it wasn't on there. You know, I live in San Antonio. It was location restrictions.
Atlanta?
No, the game was the game in Atlanta? No, the game was in DC, right?
Yeah, DC and Atlanta. How's the location restriction in San Antonio?
I'm in I don't know. That's what it said. I was like, what? How I'm paying for league pass? I can't watch a game, but
that's crazy.
That's what it was. But I did watch the Sun in Wings. Oh man, the Sun was in control of the game the whole time, dude.
Yeah, that's what I heard. I heard it was a beatdown.
It was a beatdown until it wasn't. They ended up losing by 3.
Okay.
Yeah, they ended up losing by 3. And here's the kicker. The Sun missed 13 free throws. They shot 58% from the free throw line. They missed 13 free throws and lost by 3.
They almost tried to lose the game.
They did lose. It's like like if I'm the coach after this loss, everybody.
Wait, you said who lost? You said who missed 13 free throws?
Connecticut, as a team, missed 13 free throws.
Oh, you said they lost by 3?
They lost by 3. Yeah.
Oh, they won by 3.
No, they lost by 3 and missed 13 free throws.
Oh, that's crazy, bro. I mean, bad teams is gonna lose. They're gonna figure out how to lose the game.
Yeah. And the thing is, they played. Honestly, they played well. They played well. I was like, man, they about to get one. Good for them. And then all of a sudden, I'm gonna tell you what. Ledger Walker had Paige and AZ in jail. Let me tell you. Now, you gonna look at the stat line, and you gonna see how many points Paige scored. When I tell you watching the game, those points wasn't on Ledger Walker. She scored on Ledger Walker. Of course, she paid, but man, she had Paige in jail. She had AZ in jail. AZ didn't score till the fourth quarter. Yep. She had them in jail, man. I was like, man, she impressed me. Yep, she impressed me. But they did. Man. They called her for They called her for 2 fouls in a row against Paige, and one was, I mean, just it was like a one-on-one drill, and Ledger Walker had her locked up, and it was just, you know, she beat her up for like 3-4 moves. It was just that fifth move. That fifth move was a step back, and she ended up fouling on that, which was a foul. But then they called a foul. Paige tripped. Ledger Walker was set. Paige tripped and fell up against her, threw up an acrobatic shot. It went in, and they called a foul on Ledger Walker. I'm like, come on, man. She was set. There was nothing else she could do. Paige fell into her, but they have a challenge. They squandered their challenges, so yeah. But it was a good game.
Real says, Brooklyn, you know what's so crazy? Phoenix and Seattle. What about them? About
It's a
Phoenix.
beatdown.
By
It's a
who?
beatdown.
Who's winning?
Phoenix putting belt to ass.
Mm.
Phoenix is putting belt to ass. They have like 20. Kyle Copper had 23 in the first half.
Well, Seattle a young team, so
Yeah.
they gonna have their growing pains and shit like that. Phoenix and Seattle playing right now. Nobody cares. I wouldn't say that if I wasn't if I didn't decide to start doing this, because before I started to do this, I used to watch like all the games. But I decided that I want to start going live during and after Atlanta Dream games. So I know I'm gonna miss games. It is what it is. If they on early, I'm gonna miss the late game. If they on late, then I'm gonna just I go on after the late game or whatever. So if I wasn't doing this right now, I would be watching that game.
Yes. I'm watching it. I mean, it's been impressive to see like everything is clicking for Phoenix. It's like they can't. It's almost like they can't miss. Everything is clicking for them. Because Seattle ain't playing horrible. They're not playing horrible, but Ezzy McMcGore is back. This is her first game back.
Oh, nice. She's coming off the bench, I'm assuming.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody, please hit the like button. If you haven't hit the like button yet, please hit the like button for me. Hit the hype button. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't. I appreciate it.
Yep. Know what's impressive to see, or I don't want to know if impressive is the word. Maybe eye catching. Seattle is away, so they wearing their away uniforms of white. And to see Awa and Ezzy and Dom and Flaw out there, all these beautiful dark skinned women, is very eye catching.
I bet. Shout out to them.
Yep, it's a proud moment. But they're young, they'll be all right. They'll be all right.
I'm excited. I'm excited to see what they're gonna do with Ezzy. Like, are they gonna end up trading her and just go young? Are they gonna start her and play Awa at the 3, play Dominique at the 4? I wonder what they do.
I don't know either. That's a good question.
Real Money says, would you agree, no matter what, no matter who they're playing, when a superstar is playing, people watch. Dallas just played Connecticut and nobody cared either. I got a feeling this got something to do with Caitlin Clark.
he on this narrative, dog. He on this narrative. Golly. We talking about
I don't
Atlanta
know.
and Washington, Connecticut and Dallas, in Phoenix and Seattle, and he want to bring in and sprinkle in his little Caitlin Clark there.
I mean, I guess you got a point. I'm choosing to watch Angel Reese. That's why I'm choosing to watch. So I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't watch. I don't really particularly care to watch Caitlin games. I don't really watch. I watch like when I watch these games. I do watch Fever games. I do watch. I do watch the Dallas games. When I watch those games, though, it's more for informational purposes on what's happening around the league. The game I want to see is Atlanta. Like if Atlanta's playing, I'm locked in. If Atlanta's not playing, I may be locked in. It depends, right? So I I guess yeah, to your point, right? My superstar's Angel, so yeah. But I don't mean I don't want to see Paige play or nothing like that. It's just that's not my favorite, right? And we all got our favorites. There's people with Paige as their favorite. They don't want to see Dallas play, you know. So I don't know if it's so much of a superstar thing because I don't know if like Caitlyn has her fans. You got the Caitlyn fans, you got the Angel fans. I don't know, you know, you got the Asia fans, but I don't know if the WNBA made it to a point yet where everybody. I think they trying to force CC to be that player because they got her games on the most, and when her games come on, usually you can't watch nothing else. Usually her games is on by themselves, so you kind of have to watch her games, and you kind of like only watch her. So they trying to force that to be Caitlyn, but I don't know if the WNBA has a player where everybody is like, "Yo, this player playing tonight, I want to watch." Because everybody don't want to see CC play. Like as much as again, the machine that you don't think exists, the machine will tell you everybody want to see CC, but that's not true. It's not because anybody dislike her. It's just her play style ain't for everybody. Her play style not for me. I don't like the way she played the game of basketball. So I know some of y'all do. Some of y'all like, oh, the logo threes, and it's impressive to y'all. Guess Trey Young do that. Like, I seen it before. You know, Dame Lillard did it to Paul George. You know what I mean? Waved them off. I seen it before. It wasn't like a big deal to me, but some of y'all was a big deal to y'all. Like, oh my God, right? So I get it. Y'all feel like everybody want to see that. Everybody don't want to see that because everybody else sees the rest of the game that y'all act like don't exist. And that's the part of the game she need to work on, right? Or the part of the game that turns people off to her, right? So that also exists. So those people don't want to see her play. So I don't know if there's because I know as an Angel Reese fan, everybody don't want to see Angel play. Everybody don't want to watch Angel play. Everybody don't find that brand of basketball fun to watch. I do. You know what I mean? Some people it's over Angel and Caitlyn. And like them two names is annoying because they hear them all the time and they want to see Asia Wilson play. They want to see Nafisa Kalia play. They want to see Breonna Stewart play. They want to see these other teams play because it's like we got to keep hearing about these two young people who quote like who. This is what they say. Like those people say they not even the best players on a team, and people keep talking about them. It's better players, whatever the case may be. So they don't even want to see them play. So I don't know if the WNBA actually has a star that'll make everybody be like, yo, they on? All right, we got to sit down and watch it. I just think it's about who your favorite is and what you enjoy in the WNBA. So, you know.
Well put. I have nothing to add.
He said I didn't say the Boogie's man's name. Gotcha. You ain't say her name. All right, whatever. He said,
Yeah, right.
it's because she's white.
Mm-hmm.
Hot Track says Atlanta coach lost in the game today. He made no adjustments on the defensive side. They kept going under the picks, giving the shooters a bunch of space. This tells me he didn't like. Remember, I said people just gonna regurgitate the same takes. The Mystics ain't even shoot a lot of threes, but his take is that they went under the picks. The Mystics played through the paint. Like, what are you talking about? And then, like I said, they had 80. They had 20 more shot attempts. How you blame that on the coach? Like people don't even know what they watching sometimes. They just come. I feel you, but that should take. I ain't gonna mad you, Hachi. The coach is trash. I got you. He needs to be fired. In your opinion, I don't agree with that, but I feel you. In your opinion, he needs to be fired. Probably. Real money says, I don't know. You just talking now. What are you talking about?
I don't know what that means either. I have no idea what that means.
Hot Track says the Mystics made 5 threes in the third quarter. You didn't watch the game. I had a whole watch party that you should have showed up for. I'm disappointed in you, Hot Tracks. You should have watched the game with me. I was live. I'm doing that every game though. Every game from now on, I'm doing a watch party. So tune in and watch the games with me, people. I'm gonna post a live up after this live. After this live is done, I'm gonna post a live for the next game. We're gonna do the watch party and we're gonna do the post game review after the watch party. So please show up for that. Who hit the threes we talking about? I know Shakira Austin hit a three. She hit a couple threes. I don't know if they wasn't on the fourth quarter, so you're not talking about her. Who hit these threes and who went under the pick? And because you feel like that's why they lost, and you feel like the coach didn't just say, okay, who hit they three? You know they only hit 9 threes in this game. So you saying 5 of those 9 threes was in the fourth quarter? That's what you're telling me. Ali Al says, when did this?
Oh man.
Ali Al says, when did the Dream sign James Harden and Donovan Mitchell asking for a friend? Why are you asking this? Who's James Harden and Donovan Mitchell? Is that Alicia Gray and Ron Howard? Like, what are you talking? That's a good comparison, though. Oh, shit.
That's funny.
That's hilarious. That was hilarious.
He's not wrong, though.
Nah, when you start thinking about play styles, it's, similar, different. Not one-on-one comparisons, but I get it.
Oh, yeah, we get it for sure. We get it for sure. I don't know. They got to figure it out, man. They got to figure it out. The problem is,
4-game losing streak is crazy.
It's a great one. It is.
What's up, bro?
Great when Ryan Howard
from the Dream Team, bro. I feel you. Listen, don't feel good to lose. I feel you, Brody.
Brooklyn, they jumping ship like rats, man. Dream fans jumping ship like rats. They turning on.
I want to say they not real fans, but it is what it is.
It is what it is.
I don't, I've been here before. I've been a sports fan my whole life. I know what losing streaks feel like. I know what bounce backs feel like. So I'm not. This is even though it don't feel good, even though you hate to be on a 4-game losing streak, it ain't that big a deal.
Yep. It's still plenty of season left. Plenty because they haven't even played half the games.
A whole lot of season left.
They haven't even played half the games yet.
Listen, right now the Knicks has won a championship, and James Dolan don't even want to bring the team back. So, listen, people got bigger fish to fry.
Yep.
We got owners that don't even want to spend money after winning the championship. So,
it's funny. What was it? 2 weeks ago when the Aces lost to the Liberty, and that put Atlanta in second place. Dream fans were so happy. They was trolling. I was in Prince chat. They was trolling Aces fans. And I'm like, man, we ain't even halfway through the season, and y'all happy about being ranked number 2. That's loser mentality. Then what you know? Right after that, that's when the Dreams 4-game losing streak started. Can't make this up. Can't make this stuff up.
Ali Al says 20 games and there's no figure it out. It's who they are. The Atlanta Celtics out in AAO. I would say, and I'm not comparing these two teams because one team is a bona fide championship team. But you remember how bad the Aces was last season?
Yep.
In the middle of the season?
Yep.
And that was a championship team, right?
Yep.
So, no, Ali. I get you was trying to make a joke. I get that, but no, this is basketball. And then you also got to realize, like, this year, at least so far, in the short time I've been a WNBA fan, this year has been the year with the most parity, right? So it's like anybody could beat anybody. And that's what we're saying. We just seeing Atlanta. We seeing Atlanta go through some growing pains, and they playing against some really good teams. Right? Even if you think the record ain't good, don't worry about the record because again, the way people are playing right now is bigger than their record. So Atlanta is struggling while a lot of other teams is like playing well and hitting their stride. So, but we'll see. We'll see. Right. Like I said, my main thing is I don't know if we have a leader. I don't know if we have a player good enough to be an alpha. We might have really good players, but not good enough to get us over the hump. That might be who Atlanta is. We will see.
Yeah. Plenty of time to get there.
Anybody hopping on Arc Raiders tonight?
What's that?
No, that was I'm just saying something. If there's any gamers in here, they're gonna know what I'm talking about. Arc Raiders is a popular game.
Oh, okay.
If you're not a gamer, you're not gonna know. You're not gonna know what's going on.
No. I confess. I confess.
Ali Al says, I'm surprised they wasn't at the podium smiling from ear to ear. They have no heart. Who was at the podium tonight? Usually that's Alicia Gray and Ryan Howard. I'm assuming it was Angel and Ryan Howard tonight.
How many threes Ryan Howard made? I heard she shot 13.
6?
She made 6?
I think. Okay. Maybe. I might be wrong about that. I just looked at the stats, so I'm trying to go off memory, but I really don't remember. You could look it up if you want. Tell me. Love Me Some Me says Angel is tired of carrying the Scott. I think Ryan thinks it's her team. Angel wants to play her part and win. Yeah, that sounds about right to me. Ali Al says Jordan Canada and Ryan chuck a 3. Jordan Canada and Ryan chuck a 3 Howard. Oh, Ryan. Oh, that's his name for it. Ryan chuck a 3 Howard. Jordan Canada and Ryan chuck a 3 Howard. She went 5 from 13 from 3. That's what I'm saying. That's their offense. Their offense is to see how many threes, like not see how many threes you get, but their offense is to like generate good threes, I should say generate good shots. And usually that shot is going to be either a 3 or a layup.
Yeah. And like you said, if they put up 20 more shots than the opposing team, I would say on some level that offense is working. You know what I mean? It will work tonight. You know what I mean? They just didn't knock down shots.
Yeah, they just got to knock the shots down, but they should have blown this team out. That many shot attempts. I mean, I don't know. They going home after this. This was the last. They got 5 games, I believe, at home. They about to go see the Valkyrie again. So we'll see what happens. Hot
We gonna
track says,
soon
huh?
we gonna soon see what this team is made of in terms of mental fortitude.
Absolutely. Hot track says Flores get 3 threes. McMahon hit 2 threes. 2 of them were on Jonah Canada. Dream up by 4 before they started raining threes. No timeouts or adjustments. Three missed foul shots in the last 2 minutes. Hot track thinks the coach. It's the coach's fault why they lost.
Coach ain't missing no free throws.
Love Me Some Me says, I don't think everyone warmed up to Angel as much as we thought. Nas doesn't want to come off the bench, and I understand. Team has to have a difficult conversation because Angel doesn't enjoy losing.
Again, it always comes back to Angel and what she wants.
Yeah.
They got stuff to figure out that's beyond Angel.
Mm-hmm. Ali Al says, I watched Ron Howard stop in transition and shoot a 3 with Kone wide open under the basket. Come on, that's not basketball.
Unfortunately, it is nowadays. I see that happen even for my team, the Aces. I see that happen more than I like. I hate transition threes. Even when they go in, I don't like them unless
you
it's
hate.
like
You
it's
hate.
some. Go ahead.
Now I was just gonna say that means you hate Ray Allen as a player.
I don't hate anybody as a player like that, but I don't. I grew up in a different era.
That means you hate Coach Spoelstra's offense.
Well, I guess that's what it means. You know, I
I'm
do.
just saying, like, this is like depending on the coach and the play style. This is like that's just the offense. Offense is try an open 3 is a good shot, and if you could shoot that at a high percentage, you're gonna have a really good offense. So the problem is when the shot is not falling, everybody start nitpicking and critiquing, and when the shot is falling, everybody happy and it's beautiful, But
Well, that's the difference. I'm saying I don't like them even when they go in. In certain situations, I like them. I think it's not a bad shot. If you in transition and you got a player that's running down that's capable of getting a rebound, but they might be covered in terms of passing to them, but they have an opportunity to box out and get a rebound. I think that's okay. You in transition, especially if you building momentum.
So you saying you want to be in transitions, which means you have an advantage, and you saying that you want to slow your advantage down and wait for your rebounder. So you you slow the transition down, and then shoot.
That's not what I said. I said in the situation where you in transition and you have a rebounder down there that's capable of getting the rebound, but they might not be open for a pass, right? So it's different between you in transition and you in transition and you got a player that's running the court, and you can shoot the 3 or you can pass them the ball to give them an easy layup. It's different than if you got an open 3 and you don't have an open passing lane to get them the ball so they can make the easy layup. But because of positioning, they're in a better position to box out and get the rebound. I don't mind that. That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying wait for, if you're going to shoot the 3, wait for someone to get down there to rebound it. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying those are the situations that I'm okay with a transition 3 is when you have somebody that actually can. Because the thing about transition 3s, if you miss it and it's a long rebound, now potentially the other team is in transition.
Love Me Some Me says Angel lost for 2 years. She's tired. No one wants the team. No one No one on the team likes losing. Remember, Angel chose Atlanta. Dallas wanted her too, so it's about Angel. Why choose a losing team?
She didn't expect. So on that note, she didn't expect Atlanta to be a losing team, as I'm sure Atlanta didn't. And since if we being honest, just keeping it 100, right now Atlanta's record is 12-8. They are not a losing team. You know what I'm saying? They got a winning record.
That's what I was
You know what I mean?
thinking. They're not a losing team at all.
So and it's early. It's not even halfway through the season, and everybody want to be on Atlanta's. Everybody on Atlanta Dream's head except for Angel. You know what I mean? Like, come on, we got to stop this. We got to stop this. Yes, Angel lost for 2 years. She was on a bad team with a bad organization. The team got worse from her first year to the second. Now she's on the better team. She has an opportunity to grow, right? But like Prince was saying earlier, you got to give. If you really want Angel to do well, you got to give her some grace and understand that it's a journey. This is only her third year, and she's with a new team. They're winning, so she's automatically they have a winning record, so she automatically in a better position, winning wise. But shoot, even the great Asia Wilson with KP, with Jackie Young, it took Asia 4, KP 5, Jackie 3 years before they got to championship contention. So it's all about perspective, pun intended.
Oh, my bad, Andre. Andre says, hey, everyone, what's going on, Andre? What's good with you? Andre says 4 games straight. Now the refs help the Mystics. The refs is wilding tonight. But again, no surprise there. That's every night, right? Every night we got to deal with some weird ref calls. I really want Angel to talk to the refs. I want Angel to figure out why. Like instead of arguing, I want her to figure out why they're not calling fouls when she drives, and I think I know why. I think it's because she's from a ref's point of view is what I'm saying. From how a ref feel, I think refs feel like she's initiating the contact, and because she's initiating the contact, they're not gonna blow the whistle. So I think that's what she's going through right now. So.
That is a perspective. I can agree to that to an extent, but it's still that doesn't explain the disparity in how she's being officiated.
Yeah, no, of course not. I'm not saying it does, but I'm saying like at some point, because I watched the game at night and I saw a couple things where I saw could have been fouls, but now I got to put myself in the head of a ref and say, why wouldn't you call that? And the only reason I came up with is they feel like she's because they don't call the ones where you initiate the contact. They won't call that foul. So now I got to assume that's why they're not calling it. Love Me Some Me says, I get all that. And I was on Prince Live venting about Angel. Time for Rye and Leash to step up, period. I agree with that. Time for them to step up. They supposed to be the veterans. They supposed to be the scorers. It's time for them to step up. That I agree with. Hot Track says, I love Angel, but she has to work on her game. She put up 15 shots today at 40%. And this is what I was talking about. I said this during the game. I said this during the watch party earlier. And I said that that's a foul but they didn't call it, right, B. Well? I said, that's a foul, but they didn't call it. And I said, people going to focus on her shooting percentage after the game. I said, all people going to be worried about is, even since they didn't call that, that's a missed shot. And because that's a missed shot, that's another shot towards her shooting percentage. And it was like a couple shots where she missed because it was contact, it was physical. She expecting the call. She throws the ball up. There's no call. So now she's like arguing with the refs, like, why you didn't call that? But what people don't realize when at the end of the game, when you just look at the shot chart, it's going to say this many missed shots because the refs ain't call that foul, which she should have been to the line. So some of those shots, hot tracks, is from when. So I'm gonna do to you like you did to me earlier. You ain't watched the game. You ain't watched the game. Nah, but so that's why her shot percentage was where it's at, because it was a couple times where she got fouled or she was looking for a foul and they just didn't call it. So they got it counted now as a missed shot. So you take about 3 or 4 of those shots back and her shot percentage look different, right? If they actually call that foul. And then he also says, I know there's context behind the 40%. I just gave the context. But she did miss a couple easy layups. She did. It was a couple that that she put up. Again, that one was kind of contested too. I don't know if it was a foul there, but it was contested. So I understand her missing that one as well. But she did miss a couple easy layups. Angel needs a floater. I agree with that. I've been saying that. A floater would be perfect for her game because maybe the jump shot ain't it. She's been trying to figure out the gooseneck and ain't been falling. Maybe a nice little floater. She could be efficient with that, and that'll help her shoot over the deep end. So I agree with that, Hot Track. She definitely need a floater. Great point, Hot Tracks. Ali Al says, man, stop calling it. Caitlin Clark throws her neck back at the man. Wait, he said, man, stop it. Caitlin Clark throws her neck back at 10 times every possession to draw a foul, but Angel can't get no foul call. That's my point. I mean, she need to fix. In order for her to start getting these foul calls, she need to talk to the refs and figure out why. Because at the end of the day, the refs can't cheat the game. They got to call the game the right way, right? So what they can do is they can manipulate it in a way of saying, oh, this is why I'm doing, this is what it make me call and whatnot. So if you talk to the refs and get on the same page and figure out why, they call calls or why they don't, then you can start to evaluate your game and see, like, okay, this is what I'm doing. This will make a ref not give me a call or give me a call. So she had to figure that out. And the best way to do it is to talk to the refs. Either to talk to the refs and get a better understanding from them, or talk to the league and have the league, talk to the refs and change the way that they officiate her. It's one or the other. I think the easiest way is just to talk to the refs. Sometimes you got to be a diplomat. In life, sometimes you got to learn how to be a diplomat.
Yep.
I agree with
Somebody
that.
says, funny how Angel's shooting percentage is a problem, but not for players like CeCe. That's a fact. I say that all the time. Man.
But we always talk about CC.
We already know the
percentage.
double standard, though. No,
We always
we
talk about-
do. No, we do. But what she's saying is, Angel shooting percentage gets like in the media, it's like highlighted. It's a thing to talk about. Like, for instance, I'm gonna give you a perfect example. That game that we debated about the flagrant 2 foul, right?
Mhm.
Angel had great numbers in that game, right? Numbers, but everybody talked about her shooting percentage. On the flip side, Caitlin Clark can have a game where she drops 25 and whatever assists. She could also have 7 turnovers, and she could have a terrible. She could also have a bunch of turnovers, and she could always have she could also have a terrible shooting percentage. And nobody's gonna talk about the shooting percentage or the turnovers. They're gonna be like, she had a great game, right? Like she scored this many points and had this many assists. She's top whatever and whatever, right? That's all they're gonna care about. They're not gonna really like focus in on her shooting percentage or her turnovers. Whereas with Angel, it don't matter how good a game she got. What she shot. She shot this, so I get her point.
I thought she was talking about. I thought she was specifically talking about Hot Track's comment about the 40%.
I
I
thought
thought
she
that
was. I
she.
mean, I I knew what she was talking about. I thought you took it as she was talking about us, and I'm like, it's not us. It's the media
No, I thought
or
she was
or,
talking
or
about
the or the
Hot
overall
Tracks.
media. She could be. She could be talking about Hot Tracks. Love Me Some Me says, I'm talking about the league. We know better.
Yeah.
Hot Track says a photo will also stop her from having to make contact with the defender before she takes it up. And sometimes she gets too close to the defender instead of just stopping or not. Just stopping or not, dribbling and shoot. Now, yeah, I agree with you. I mean, that's a part of her next evolution is to be able to score further away from the basket. And the way to score further away from the basket is either a jump shot or a floater. And then you're right, she won't take so much contact. So those are just different things that she has to learn. So I agree with you. We 2 hours and 15 minutes in. Please, everybody, if you haven't, hit the like button. Like the channel. If you haven't subscribed already, subscribe to the channel. Shout out to everybody that's been engaging with me in the comments. If you're watching and you haven't engaged yet, don't be afraid. You definitely can join a panel if you want. If you want to join a panel and give your take, give your opinion, you can do that. Or you definitely can talk to me in the chat. I respond to your comment when I get to it.
Here's what I think about. I think the floater would be good. I, my issue with Angel, like developing that pick and pop or pull up jumper, is that when you look at her free throw mechanics. Now I know it's free throws, right? But even when she shoots, when she does shoot open shots, right? Her mechanics, it's a long process for her, relatively speaking, right? It's a long process for her, and she basically has to be stationary, almost standing flat-footed to get her shot up. And I think that'll probably always be a part of her game, because I say that not because I'm hating. I say that because of why she shoots that way in the first place, right? She's actually right-handed, but she shoots with her left hand because of some joint issues she has with her right arm. She's double jointed, and so her coaches taught her to shoot left-handed to overcome that. And then she's had 2 shoulder injuries, right? So I think that also affects how she shoots her layups, why she shoots her layups the way she does. So I take all that into account when I assess her mechanics and that part of her game, her ability to develop that part of her game. Not saying she can't. It's still, again, she only 3 years in. She only 3 years in. Asia didn't become who she was overnight, and she's still adding to her game. So, it ain't that Angel can't do it. I just think that they got to figure out how to uh, get her exactly, because I agree precisely what y'all saying. She does need that portion of her game where she doesn't need to be at the rim. She can score, in the lane or in the paint or in that 10 to 15-foot area effectively. But I don't know. I ain't no coach. I ain't no trainer. So I really don't. I can't speak on how I think they should go about doing it. But I think those she does. I think she has physical limitations. Not the same as AT, but for me that's a uh, tangible comparison, because she is hampered by some past injuries and just anatomical things.
That's a good point. I think it's more mental because we've seen games where she came out and made a bunch of threes or made a bunch of shots, and then we see her come out and then stop herself from shooting. So, you know, I don't know. How do I go to it? Let me see. Let me go here. Oh, it's not open. There we go. That's what I wanted. That's what I wanted. Hot Track says, first of all, shout out to Hot Tracks for the super chat. Let me produce a little bit. I'll be forgetting to do this part. I'll be forgetting to do this part right here. Shout out to Hot Tracks. Appreciate you, Hot Tracks, for the $5 super chat. Hot Track says, I think he's trying to say great content. He says good content. So I'm assuming that says great content. You are okay to be a New Yorker. I don't know why New Yorkers get so much hate. A lot of people don't like New Yorkers. You are okay. I appreciate that. You're okay to be a New Yorker. Go Sixers. Hopefully, Jaylen Brown can get us help. No, hopefully Jaylen Brown can help us get our get back, and Joe can stay healthy. I like that trade for you guys, for real. Jaylen Brown. I wanted him to cut in the Knicks because I feel like what's his name? Bridges. Forget his first name. Not Miles Bridges, but Mikal. I feel like Mikal Bridges. I don't know. He just disappears too much for me. So I don't know. So I felt like if we could afford him, which we probably couldn't, it'd have been nice to see the Knicks get somebody. But him going to the Sixers though, with Maxey and I forget the kid. I got his face in my head, but I forget the young kid name that's there. But those three already, plus a Joel Embiid, I really like what I got. Like, you know, I feel like Boston shouldn't let him go. And then definitely not let him go for what they let him go for. So I would have also liked to see him go to Portland, though. I did want to see that. So, but I like the Sixers. And, you know, Joel, he just need to do his best for his body. And if that's staying out, if that's not playing until the playoffs, then he need to do that. But shout out to you for the super chat.
Not playing until the playoffs is crazy. But
listen, winning the championship is also crazy.
Yeah.
Where we at? Love Me says, I agree 100%. Edgecombe, yeah, he nice. Edgecombe is nice. Edgecombe, Maxey, PJ Edgecombe, Maxey, Jaylen Brown. Woo! I like that team. Oh shit, got me. Let me see. Fine, there you go. Let's produce. Hold on, let's produce. Shout out to Love Me. Me. She says, love the conversation. I agree with Angel's mechanics being off. I've had 2 shoulder surgeries and 2 knee replacements, and it changes everything. Oh, wow. Okay, so you actually got firsthand insight. So we want to say thank you. Appreciate you for giving us some insight to kind of like think about what Angel may be going through. You know, we know Angel had 2 leg surgeries, or 1 foot, 1 leg surgery. And then, you know, I didn't know about the shoulder surgeries. We know she got her, we know she had the hand surgery. So Angel had some work done. And she's trying to figure it. And she's still dominating. Let's remember that. First of all, like I tell people all the time, Angel ain't nobody's victim, right? Because people won't talk about what she goes through in the media, what she goes through as far as, you know, these injuries. Angel is not letting any of this stop her. So let's start there and let's give her the kudos and the credit she deserves. But yeah, facts is facts, right? And we tell the truth on this show. Her body, if her body like is double jointed and she's been through surgeries, and so it makes it difficult for her to develop form for certain things with shooting. We understand that, but that's still not stopping her from being dominant and being great at what she does. And, you know, all these women got to contend, you know, she making these women contend with her for real.
Yep. I make
So,
that point all the
it's a
time.
great point. Love me some me. Appreciate the super chat as well. Um, Ali Al says, "Man, Embiid was healthy for one season only, 2029. That's it. He'll never be healthy again." Hey, yeah, listen, man. Embiid is tough, but you know that health, man.
Yep. Look, Brooke, I gotta jump off. I got a flight to catch in the morning.
It's all good. We've been on here for about 2 hours and change, so we can wrap the show up anyway. I want to say thank you to Be Well, thank you to Mo3 for gracing the panel. Like I said, if I gotta be the one man army A-Sign, you know what I mean? That's a Wu-Tang quote, by the way, from the old Dirty Bastard. If y'all don't know, then that's what I'll be. I'll be the one man army A-Sign. I hold us down by myself. You get what I'm saying? I don't want it to be like that. I prefer to talk to you guys. So again, in future references, if you guys feel comfortable joining, I'm talking to everybody in the chat right now, everybody watching. If you're not in the chat, if you're watching, if you guys feel comfortable joining the panel, I don't mind y'all guys coming up and we have a discussion. We could discuss these things about how y'all feel about the coach, or how y'all feel about Jordan Canada, or how y'all feel about Alicia Gray or Ryan Howard, right? And we could discuss these things and have a good conversation. So you guys are more than welcome to join my panel in the future. This is another episode of Perspective with Brooklyn 80s, baby. I want to say hit that like button for me if you can, please. Run the likes up. Hit the like button for me. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. If you haven't hit the hype button, if you're on mobile, there's a hype button. Please hit the hype button, right? Boost the channel. And if you watch this on a playback, shout out to my playback gang. Holla at me in the comments. You already know you holla at me, I holla back. Remember, people, we doing a watch party along with the post game now, right? Please turn on your notifications. Go turn on your notifications, right? And then once you see it up, once I post it, go like it right away. If you like it right away, it's gonna send it to more people in the algorithm. More people is gonna see it, and we could build this community organically. The watch party is more laid back. It's just so we could have conversation and we can react together. Is gonna be just a chill vibe, kind of like a sports bar type vibe. That's a watch party. The post game shows where we actually break down the game in depth with different analysis and breakdowns and things of that nature. That's the post game. All right. So there's two different lives we're gonna do. One is gonna actually be during the game. That's the watch party. One is after the game. That's the post game. So you guys stay tuned for that. Like I said, turn on. If you turn your notifications on, it should let you know when I post these things. When I post them, just go hit the like button. Just go hit the like button, and then it's gonna push it to other people, and then we can build the community. So I appreciate all you guys for that. Like I said, thanks for rocking with me tonight. I appreciate Hot Tracks for the was it Hot Tracks? It was I appreciate Hot Tracks, and I appreciate Love Me Some Me for the super chat. Thank you so much for that. And I appreciate everybody who was engaging with me and active with me and having these conversations. Even if I disagree with you, so what? We all here for one reason, right? It doesn't mean I'm right. I could be wrong. Doesn't mean you're right. You could be wrong. So we I don't mind if we disagree. I don't mind if we agree, as long as we respectful to each other in the conversation. So shout out to everybody who I disagree with tonight, I agree with tonight, and all the things. As long as we all want the best for what? The Atlanta Dream. We want the best for Angel Reese, and ultimately we all want to grow this thing called women's basketball. Right? That's what it's about. So I'm gonna say good night. On that note, I'm gonna say good night. Good night, be well. Good night to everybody in the chat. Hope everybody have a blessed night. One.
You too, my brother.